Picture this. You sit down with your teen for writing time and immediately see the eye rolls, the sighs, or the complete shutdown. Angry, frustrated words might even be involved. I get it. Trying to motivate even the strong writers in my classroom is getting harder and harder every day. But today, I'm sharing 7 practical ways to turn that resistance into confidence. If your teen fights writing, stick around. This video is for you. I'm Zach Larson, a seasoned writing teacher and author. My goal is to help parents supplement writing and reading instruction at home. I don't want to tear down public education, but I do want us all to build something positive together that takes the best of the old and merges it with the best of the new to create a system of education for the modern world. Here's the first thing you should know. Your teen doesn't hate writing. They may say that, but they don't. What they hate is the struggle, the blank page, the fear of doing it wrong, or the boring assignments. Once we remove some of these barriers, or at least some of them, most teens start to enjoy expressing their thoughts. So with that hurdle out of the way, here are the 7 practical tips to getting teens writing. Number 1, start with their interests. Stop forcing academic topics at first. Part of student overwhelm comes when trying to process complex new writing structures at the same time as new learning about a topic. Try to avoid using new writing strategies at the same time as new facts. Keep them separate. Instead, why not let them write about what they already love? Some examples. Why this video game character is the best one ever. What I would do if I woke up with superpowers. Review of the worst or best snack foods. When the topic lights them up, the brain has energy left over for writing instead of fighting. But you'll also notice these topics still ask students to consider and synthesize an answer that is not just regurgitating facts. But the important thing is that separation of the learning, because that's just a heavy cognitive load if they're trying to learn new writing and new facts at the same time. Number 2, micro writing. So start by steering clear of that 500-word essay at the beginning. Start with 3 to 5 minutes of timed writing a day instead. My secondary students used to write about a bell ringer prompt at the start of every class. I kept getting short, simple answers without any depth. So I switched it up to the 5-minute timed writing prompts, and I saw the length and depth of their answers increase after just 1 week. Consistency beats intensity, at least at the very beginning during the learning stages. Number 3, voice to text. Now here's my caveat. I am a firm proponent of students getting off technology as much as possible. And I've seen them learn better through the practice of physically handwriting their assignments. Sometimes the physical barrier of handwriting or simply typing is insurmountable though. So if that is the case, then remove that barrier. Use the built-in voice to text on your phone or your computer. Many reluctant writers pour out brilliant ideas when they can just speak them. You can always clean it up together later. This single hack has been a game changer for a lot of students that I've had in the past. But once again, I do recommend that every student eventually transition to handwriting on physical paper during the learning and rough drafts. The physical motion of making the words cements understanding in the brain far better than simply typing them or just looking at them and saying them. They need to write them out. Number 4, model it together. Write with them, not at them. Sit side by side and write on the same topic. This is a strategy I use often in my creative writing class. While the students write a poem or short story, a really short story like flash fiction, I share my computer screen and write on the same topic they are. After the writing session, we discuss our word choices and our struggles. Not only does it help my students to hear about my mental process of writing, they are more motivated to write because they see me writing with them and they enjoy trying to beat me in some way or another. Number 5. Separate mechanics from creativity. At the beginning, they don't need to correct spelling, grammar, or punctuation. Just let it be a first draft. Just get the ideas down. Save editing for a separate, short session. This reduces perfectionism and fear of making mistakes. It works the same way as separating new writing techniques from processing new information at the same time. The brain can only handle so many new things at a time. So this doesn't mean students should purposefully ignore the grammar they know, but it gives them some room to breathe and focus on the words themselves, which is really their thoughts that they're messing with. Just make sure they go back and edit for mistakes later, because we do learn way more from fixing our mistakes than we do just success on the first time. Number 6, give their writing a real audience. Have your teen write for someone who will actually read it. We all do things differently when we know others will eventually see what we've done. Some examples might be a letter to grandma, a product review for Amazon, a blog post or YouTube script, a funny text thread with friends. When writing has purpose, motivation skyrockets. And considering the audience changes the way we look at the task at hand, it's important to have different audiences. Number 7, focus on progress, not perfectionism. Celebrate effort and growth instead of flawless work. Keep a wins journal where you note improvements, even small ones. Reflection is a very powerful tool in our learning arsenal if we use it often enough. Looking back to see our mistakes and our growth helps us make better decisions in the future. I had a class that complained for days about how they hadn't learned anything all year. I tried to explain to them that we had, in fact, covered a lot of material, but they couldn't see how far they had truly come until I had them physically compare a current short essay with one of their first ones from the unit. They had to annotate sections of both and explain the differences between them. After reflecting on their growth, they said, "Wow, our new essays are so much better." Surprise, surprise. When we reflect, we see how far we've come. So turning a reluctant writer into a confident one doesn't happen overnight, and there are lots of other ways to do it. But these 7 different approaches can help create steady progress instead of daily battles. If this post resonated with you, and you want practical help teaching your teen to write well, I've got you covered. Join my free newsletter for homeschool and concerned parents. I send out tips, resources, and updates on the regular. The link's in the description and in my bio. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a parent who needs to hear this. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.